Wicked. Jack Barrett's joined as well. Hey Jack. Cool. I'll check Facebook as well. Sometimes Facebook's chatty, sometimes it's not. If you're watching on Facebook as well, give this a like, and on YouTube, and then it kind of gets us to the top of the pile quicker. Can't join now, bud. We'll have to rewatch later. No worries, Gary. Speak to you soon. Jack. Sup, bro? Love from Brisbane, Australia. Nice. I was in Brisbane in I think it was like 2018. So clean, so like nice as well. Everyone was wicked. Yeah, I loved Australia. I want to go again. But yeah, hey dude, hey back. Hit us with a good warm up for guard retention movements. So guard retention. If you want something like just quick if you're just about to get on the mats and you need something to kind of warm up, I'd say just, I'll make sure the camera's watching on the laptop before I do this. So just get on your back and bring your knees kind of to your chest. And then, depending on your flexibility, you can either grab your ankles or the outsides of your feet, or if that's uncomfortable, you can grab your heels. And then just start kind of straightening one leg, bending the other, and just play around a little bit here, working kind of your hamstrings, maybe a bit of resistance on the way back. So I'm kind of pushing my foot back and firing up my hamstring on the way here, and then kick out. Some movements like that, really good for kind of playing around with like guard things. If you want like, I guess guard recovery, you want to get used to kind of moving on your back and kind of getting used to making that space. Obviously any guard recovery, you want to be, most of the time you want to be working for the, like fighting for the underhook, and any hip mobility is going to help, because once you've got that underhook, you want to be able to get, you know, your knee across their hips or whatever, but you want to be turning into them. So if I haven't got great hip mobility, I'm probably not going to be able to move up that much. Whereas if you've worked it a bit, then you can start to get your knee right up here and start to kind of work towards that guard again. So I guess if you're kind of warming up for guard retention, then yeah, you want to be, as I said, doing things like what I was just doing, that happy baby or happy guard pose, doing things like bringing your knee in towards your chest, stretching the other leg away and stuff like that, just to kind of stretch your hips out. Or you've got like butterfly as well on your back, or you can do this sat up, but things that get your hips fired, get your hips ready for jiu-jitsu are probably going to help your guard and your guard recovery. So yeah, give that a go, mate, and let me know if you do feel like a little bit tight. Some people are quite tight in the hips, so they can't always grab their feet yet. You can grab your ankles, like I said, or you can even get your belt involved and kind of put your belt over your feet and kind of hold it and start playing with your belt and stuff like that as well. That's quite good fun. Or even like a gi jacket. There's all kinds of things you can do when you kind of think about it. But if you want a bit of resistance, the belt's good as well, because you can hold on to it and pull on it and things and play with it that way. But yeah, just get on your back, work some hip mobility stuff. We've actually got like a guard program on the website. Me and Sarah did a whole week of live, I think it was 2 weeks, of lives for guard. So if you're interested, it's typical that a plane's going past as well as I'm doing a live. Sorry if you can hear that. So yeah, if you're interested, jump on the website and have a look at that as well, which would be cool. Sorry, let's have a look at everyone else. I'm just going to check the other socials, but Instagram, I'm loving the engagement, so keep chatting away. I'm just going to check YouTube, so if you're on YouTube, speak now, please. And Facebook, cool, so we've got people on Facebook. Okay, so we've got John on Facebook asking about your QL. I will get to that in a sec, because I think I've just seen someone on Instagram asking a similar question. So I appreciate you asking that, and let's wave back to people on Instagram. Can't join now, bud, we'll have to rewatch. Hey, people are waving as well. That's good, give us a wave if you haven't yet. Hey Bruno, hey Up North Epic. Okay. So yeah, if your lower back is tight in certain areas, you wanna kind of like stretch out, you know, stretching forwards like this, that's going to stretch out your lower back, fine. But if you want to kind of get to the sides of it as well, things like we've just done, so starting all fours and then sit yourself back, okay, and walk your hands forwards, and then either from there step your hands over to the right or to the left. We'll start off to the right and then sit your hips back a little more, and now I'm stretching out that side of my back, okay, and I'm sending my left hip away from my left shoulder as well. So I'll try and show you kind of facing on so you can see what I'm doing. So I've come back here and then I've stepped my hands over to the side and I'm stretching my hip away and feeling that all down the side of my back. And that should kind of give you a bit of a release there, which is really good. Obviously you want to switch sides. But if you're feeling tight there, then this is a really good one. And it's not a super, like, you know, you don't need to be in some crazy balance or twist or position to be able to get there. It's just kind of move into it. So that's a really good one for me. Or you could do things like getting into a bit of a lunge position and stretching one arm over. You feel a bit of a stretch there, and I can almost sit my hips into it a bit more and feel that. That'll get you a nice stretch. Obviously you want to do both sides, stretching over. And you can even have your hand on the hip this side for kind of a bit more support and just feel that stretch. But especially if you sit down a lot of the day, like you probably get up and you're like that, oh, like stretch out a bit and that's it. But you don't think about the muscles that stop us going, you know, from kind of sideways into sideways positions and twists and things. So you want to kind of stretch out that way too and see how you feel. Get involved with some of them and let me know how you feel. Hey, Up North Epic on YouTube as well, thank you. Cool. Who else have we got? So hey Igmar, BJJ, where are you guys watching from as well? We've had a couple of places but not loads yet. Waving back, thank you. JF Escapes, hello. So someone's asked for calf stretches as well. Where was that? That was on, where was that? I think that was on Instagram. Someone asked for calf stretches, I've just read that. So down dog is great for stretching your calves out. So just get into it. Bend your knees as well. You don't have to get into down dog and straighten your legs every time. You can do it with bent knees. And then just bend one knee and stretch the opposite heel down to the ground. It doesn't have to touch the ground if your calves are super tight. And then just walk out your heels one at a time. That feels really good. You can go for that. Or things like plank as well. I'm going to try and do this on Instagram. But if you get into plank and then rock your heels back and then forwards, you can kind of get a nice calf stretch there. And then stretching your calves and then go back to down dog, you get even more of a stretch. That's normally quite good. Or if you want something where you can just chill out, grab your belt, put it over the ball of, or lay on your back first, put it over the ball of your foot, and then just relax here and feel your toes coming down towards the floor and almost point your toes towards your forehead as well, and you'll feel that stretch all the way down your calf here. That normally feels pretty good. You can do things like add a bit of resistance, so start to push the balls of your feet up towards the ceiling, then relax that, and that'll slowly start to open your calf out as well, kind of activating it and then letting it go. But again, anything you try with these stretches, don't like really like aggressively pull into them. It's like something you should do slowly, and like obviously if you're injury free as well. So give them a go and let me know. Who else have we got? It's busy today. It's good. Cool. It's funny. I'm looking really shiny. I've put my light right behind the camera here, and I just look really shiny on Instagram. So I'm not made of plastic, trust me. Cool. Yeah, no worries. Eastern Pass tattoo. So yeah, I imagine because you're probably leaning forwards quite a lot, your back's going to get pretty tight. God, it was ages ago. Last time I got tattooed, I was talking to my tattooist, and I was giving him stretches for the front of the hips, because if you're sat in this position a lot, I mean, I recommend you check out our Yoga for Desk Workers program, because you're probably in a worse position because you're leaning forward so much. You're going to want to stretch out your hips, because you're sat like this for so long. Your hips are constantly kind of shortened almost. So if you get up and just do some nice hip stretches, then you'll probably see some benefits from it. So even just getting in kind of a lunge with your hips over your knee here. So I'm not doing this, okay? It's not like a huge stretch. My hips over my knee, and then just tense your bum a little bit and almost try and like turn your hips a bit. It's like you're bringing your stomach in and turning your belt buckle towards you. You'll feel a stretch down here, and probably in your quad as well. So just do that for a few breaths, but make sure you're tensing your bum. And then if you switch, obviously do the other side. It should, hopefully, if you're like he was, it should give you a bit of a release, and hopefully relieve some back pain potentially, because the psoas goes right up here and then around your lower back. So if that's tight, it's not comfortable basically. So give that a go, and let me know. Stretches for recovery from an inside heel hook. And that's from Raoul Kofan. What happened? Yeah, no worries, Easton Pass Tattoo. Come back on in a week or so if you've tried them out, or give us a message, and we can always recommend you some more. Stretches for recovery from an inside heel hook. So what happened? Was it like a late tap and something went, or was it? Yeah, heel hooks are fun, aren't they? But they're not fun when you're on the receiving end of a horrible one. If it's an injury, I'm going to go straight to the rehab section here. If it's an injury, I recommend you look at our rehab stuff with Rosie Sexton, because I can give you stretches or like adaptations for your yoga if you feel tight. But if it's an injury, you need more. You need a physio or an osteopath, someone like Rosie. Rosie's a licensed osteopath, and she knows. She's basically done videos for us so that 50-50 heel hook stay too long. Yeah, okay. Well, it's a learning curve, isn't it? We've all been there. It's just some of us come out a bit better than others, don't we? But at least you're playing 50-50. That 90-10 position that Lachlan Giles goes over is amazing for 50-50. I don't know if you've gone over much of it, but he talks about getting onto the knee here, and then the bottom leg, that foot's kind of on the stomach, and then the opposite leg comes over and around the hip. So you're here, they're kind of still on their, almost on their bum, and you've got their leg here, and you've just got such a powerful position. I think it goes 50-50, then he goes like 80-20, and then I think it's 90-10, and it's sick. Definitely get on YouTube and have a look after this. It's fun. Anyway, so what are we talking about? So we're talking about your injury. So here Rosie's got pain inside of the knee, MCL knee sprain, pain on outside of the knee, LCL sprain, rehab and stuff like that. So I recommend you look at them, just because, yeah, he is, isn't he? Yeah, Raoul's put Lachlan as the man. I did a seminar with him. I don't know if you've trained with him much or anything. I did a seminar with him at our academy, and he was, because he's obviously a licensed physio, isn't he? He was like talking about how to damage the knee, and like how, so when the knee's bent and you've got the foot in a position, the knee can move. You know, if my foot's stationary, I can still move my knee around. Whereas when you've got the leg straightened out, you can't move. There's not as much movement in the knee, and why it's important in 50-50 to straighten their leg. And it was, you know, he knows what he's talking about so much more than a lot of us, just because he knows the anatomy so much better. Yeah. So how can I find Rosie? So Rosie is on yogaforbjj.net, and then if you scroll to the top, there's a bit that says more, and then you click on rehab. You've got pain on the inside of the knee, maybe check that out, or the other one. And there's 5 videos for that, so you can do some different exercises and things to hopefully, I mean, if you have got that like knee injury, to hopefully kind of make you feel better. But have a look. You can kind of, from the first video, she can kind of talk you through the issues you might be having and how to work around it. But yeah, definitely get involved there. Let us know if you've got any questions and we can get back to you on them. But yeah, Rosie's the one you want. She's a licensed osteopath and yeah, years of experience with grappling and injuries and stuff, which is awesome. Yeah, and we've got an entire rehab program there for those of you watching as well. We've got back pain while arching backwards, wrist rehab, shoulder rehab, neck rehab, like all sorts, elbow hyperextension. We've all been there, armbar too hard. Yeah, so just get involved, have a look, people, if you want, and let us know. Who else has got questions? So YouTube's pretty quiet. Cool. So my class goes live in 10 minutes. No worries, Raul. Come back. Let us know how things are going in a couple of weeks with that Rosie stuff too. Yeah, my class goes live at 2. This week it's like a core class, so it's wake up maintenance. So it's just some core movements. It's not just abs. You know, abs are great, but you need to work everything if you want to be kind of a all-round athlete. So we kind of stretch the sides, and then we use the sides as well, and the back, we kind of wake the back up too, and it's about 20 minutes long, and it's just to get your core ready for jiu-jitsu, strengthen your core for jiu-jitsu if you want, without having to do hundreds of sit-ups, just working your abs. Okay, so it's a core workout, not just abs, or core class sequence, I should say, not just abs. But yeah, so if you guys want to get involved, that's going to be in the new releases program. And if you go on the story, the recent story I did with the countdown, you just swipe up on that, and that's going to show you where the class is. And if you're new here, we've got a 7-day trial if you download the app. So yeah, download the app, and then all you need to do is you just activate the subscription on your like Google or Apple store or whatever it is, and then you get a 7-day free trial. So if you want to try my class, if you want to try any of the rehab stuff or Rosie stuff, then definitely do that. Come on, Instagram, let's have some more questions before we go. And I'm having a look on Facebook, seeing what people are saying. Cool, I'm going to scroll up, see if anyone's waved. Yeah, I'm waving back at people now. But yeah, keep playing that fit. Well, when you're able to, keep playing the 50-50 stuff. I love it. We were looking at that seminar. We were looking at escapes and stuff as well, and his escapes have really helped me there. So you've got Martin Gra has joined, and Hiffen M joined as well. Hey guys, thanks for waving. Yeah, the Absolute MMA guys seem really cool. All those guys. Craig Jones is awesome as well. His brother Adam's pretty funny too. I met them at I met his brother at Grapplefest in the UK when we could compete, and he's pretty tall as well. So we're talking about being tall grapplers, which is cool. And Lachlan and his missus took a photo of us, which is funny. Right. Notorious MAF. Hey dude, that's a cool name. I will wave back. Okay guys, so yeah, like I said, my class goes live in 10 minutes. If you want to get involved. The replay is going to be available as well, and we'll put that in the core section of the website, just so that if you're looking for a core workout, 20-minute core workout, it's going to be there for you. And again, if you've got any more questions, feel free to DM the Instagram page. Me, Sarah, or Seb will pick up the question and answer it. And yeah, take advantage of that 7-day free trial, because that's there at the moment on the app. So download the app on the App Store, and yeah, I will speak to you guys soon, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Cool.